When we face a big task, this is when procrastination happens. To me, procrastination is the thought of doing something and it being bigger than it is, making something a mountain in your own head. And I think procrastination is something that we never as humans get over. We will always procrastinate. Doesn't matter whether you're the smartest man in the world, richest man in the world, most hardworking man in the world, we will all procrastinate. And we still do it. You think that suddenly you just find a switch and you kill all procrastination. No, you end up procrastinating with better ways. Like for me, I used to procrastinate with video games and smoking and destructive habits. But now I still procrastinate. I just procrastinate with football and sauna and meditation or reading a book. You know, they're not bad habits, they're good habits. But it doesn't mean that they're not procrastination sometimes. We're all avoiding that crucial big task deep down. We all are. But it's about building momentum. Great example of killing procrastination is when you write your gym plan or you go into the gym. Imagine you had a 2-hour gym plan with 10 movements, let's say, 8 to 10 movements or whatever. Imagine you looked at the plan, you go into the gym and you go, right, you start over-analyzing the plan. You start looking at the 8th movement, the 9th movement, and you start kind of thinking too far ahead. Naturally, your brain would get overwhelmed. You would think, oh, I've got to do this, and your brain would be thinking, I want to get out of there. Even if you were looking forward to the gym, you could trigger procrastination just by looking at the end of the list. So when you go to the gym, get to the gym, then look at your list, then take on movement 1, build momentum. You've done movement 1, then do movement 2. It sounds so simple, but it's the perfect template for life. When we get too overwhelmed or we put too many things in our brain at one time, naturally our brain gets overwhelmed and we just don't even do it. You have to take things one step at a time. And when you make something bigger than it is, you end up spending so much energy thinking about doing it and then giving yourself reasons not to do it. You have to start small, build momentum. Hit level 1, then do level 2, then level 3. And a great metaphor for this as well is think of it as stepping stones. You need to lay out your path, yes. You need to know where you're going, 100%. But if you start focusing on stepping stones that are miles ahead, but you're not focusing on the stepping stone that's right in front of you, you're not going to get anywhere. Or a ladder, you're climbing a ladder and between the steps is too much of a gap, doing massive steps. It's going to be so hard to get to the next level. There's also a quote I love, it's a day's work is enough for a day's work, or something along those lines. And it's so refreshing to realize that you can tackle something when you're fresh in the morning. Get today's work done and focus on tomorrow's work tomorrow. There's a time and a place. You don't need to overwhelm yourself. If I had to think about all the meals I'm going to eat today, all of the kind of healthy food, so I've got to have my shake for breakfast, I've got to have lunch, I've got to have some food after that, all healthy food. If I start thinking like that and thinking too far ahead, I'm going to start getting depressed and be like, oh, Groundhog Day again. But it's like, you can't think like that. Just take things one step at a time. Have your shake, then hit your first task, then take a little mini break, then hit your next task. It's about not burning yourself out and saving your mental energy. You're going to get the work done. You don't need to think so far ahead, and you need to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. If there's no light at the end of the tunnel, you're not going to build a sustainable life. You're going to live in the darkness and think there's no way out. And the power of having things to look forward to as well. We don't realize how much looking forward to things is important. If you have something to look forward to, a reward, you can do any work, you can climb any mountain. But if there's no reward, if there's nothing to look forward to, there's no hope, what's the point of doing the work? It's just more work and more work and more work. It's for the greater good. And when you realize that you can plant little rewards along the way, they might not be massive rewards, they might be tiny little sweeteners. But if you can strategically plant them along the way, you can motivate yourself and kill procrastination. So break things down, bite-sized chunks, build momentum with the small things.